Hey, welcome everyone to NGS Season 8 Div D West. My name is Raven X, here with my special guest, B-Train. Say hello, B-Train.
Do I have to say hello or can I say something else? Because like choo choo works way better. Lets you know that I'm coming, baby.
Choo-choo is fine. Just keep it PG. So, say 14. We'll step outside the...
14? I don't know. Like that's probably too much, man. Like I'm not that kind of person. I like to keep it, smooth, cool, calm, and collected. I'm like orange juice, man. I'm not too acidic.
Not acidic, not toxic, none of that. So,
Never.
all right. So, once again, we are here, Div D West, as I said. We have a couple of relatively new teams, it looks like, here in WeThePepegas and a PSISTORM. Not sure it's a PSISTORM that you all may know and love, but we're going to die here just a moment. Let's go ahead and switch on over to the browser here. Take a look at what we have going here. B-Train, if you want to go ahead and start us off with WeThePepegas.
Yeah, so the Papegas, I believe, were in fifth place in this division. They actually have two. This is their second match played. They won two forfeits, so they had two dominations due to forfeits. Tryhards and the Tibians withdrew. Their actual only match played was against. It's a really big name that goes to Yavapai County Youth Ministry Swim Team or something. It's a super long name. Either way, they won that series 2-1. I didn't see it, but a 2-1 win means, obviously you go to game three, people are on nerves, and if they pull it out, that's a team that knows how to win. So hopefully they can get another domination here tonight and really jump up these standings.
Yeah, and looking at the standings, WeThePepegas sitting at fifth, as you said. They did get the 2-0 or the 2-1 over the current seventh place team. Now, this evening, they are going up against PSISTORM, who so far has not had a match yet this season. They have two domination wins due to forfeits over Tryhards and the Tibians. That does put them, let's see where they at, in eighth. Surprisingly, how did they get in eighth with it? I guess they haven't played as many games as the rest of the teams, so they are looking to make their debut in Div D with this game tonight. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they can do, and want to say good luck to both of our teams here. Let's take a look real quick at our maps. Switch over here. We did get bans from WeThePepegas. They did go ahead and opt for. I believe they won the coin toss. They opted for map pick. Am I correct or incorrect?
Yes, they got Matt Pick.
All right, and they ended up banning out Cursed Hollow and Towers of Doom. PSISTORM banned out Battlefield of Eternity and Braxis. And then Pepegas opted to go to the NGS favorite, Infernal Shrines. What are your thoughts on Shrines map number one?
So Shrines is like a notorious map to be able to feel out your opponent. There's objective fights, there's split pushing ability, there are meaningless camps you can take with that trifecta of camps in the bottom, and then there's those really big Khazra camps in the top lanes that push hard. And those are the ones that you have to kind of time for them to get ultimate value. So a little bit of everything. There's skirmishes, there's picks, rotations are easily cut off by aggressive teams, and camp timing, so you can kind of get a taste of how people team fight, how they rotate, how they macro. It is a safe place to go if you really need to fill out a team like PSISTORM, who hasn't played a game, so there is no scouting for them.
Yep, and the lack of scouting is always exciting because you get both teams hoping that they're going to go in and just kind of do what they do best. So my hope is, you're talking about camps, rotations. I am a simple man. I just want to see comps that press R and win the game. So hopefully one of these teams can go ahead and fulfill my need. But it's all right with you. I'm gonna go ahead and throw us into our first game draft and keep our not keep our teams waiting much longer here.
You know what presses R to win the game, Raven? Pyroblast.
Uh,
That's what presses R to win the game. Let's see it.
That ability. If there's an Ana in the game, I'm okay with it. Otherwise, it's just why bother?
Nah. I have there's a Cyan in this game, but it's not my Cyan. Shout out to my homie. I watched you play Junkrat into Nano Pyroblast, and if you showed on the map with all of your HP, you were dead, and that's just how it worked.
Well, we are ready. Game number one. Let's go ahead and hop into our draft here. On the left side, we do have WeThePepegas, PSISTORM on the right. Just make sure I have everything correct here. What are
All
you
right.
expecting first ban here?
All right. So Deathwing is playable, right? So if one
Yes.
of these teams, has a Deathwing player, he did receive substantial nerfs today. I do believe his counters in competitive are glaring. That being said, he hasn't been out long enough for a lot of people to formulate ways to play against him. Because obviously when a new hero comes out, he's overpowered and he gets banned a lot. So I expect to see a Deathwing ban. I expect to see, a Kel'Thas ban. It is shrines, things of that nature. Even Leoric's not super out of the question.
Oh, but we see a Sylve instead. And a Joe. Both strong for the map, both strong macro. Team fight, like literally everything they do well. So, not surprising to see them off the map now.
A couple other heroes that are good around the shrines, mages, Gul'dan, Junkrat, that sustain long poke, you can get it in safely. Those are also fantastic heroes. And another hero that gets slept on this map is Tychus, man. That Odin is humongous.
Any R buttons that allow you to hold a point for a certain period of times. Alex, any big. I'm small and now I'm big because I press star. Those work out incredibly well. But we get a Dahaka ban. I've
Bloodlust makes the whole team big, by the way.
So Dahaka, there's the Deathwing. I'm sad. Dahaka on the map. What are your thoughts? Like split push into show up to shrine and win late.
uh, I mean, I like Dahaka. I like Race Car, man. You can get all over the place. This map has a lot of bushes. There's a lot of rotational value to be had with that like weird triangle of camps on the bot lane. If you have, your solo lane's going to be top. So Dahaka can dig in, at 1 minute, and you can force like that early invade and get advantage. I think he's good on the map just in general for a macro presence, but I'm not quite sure about his like presence on the shrine.
So 3 picks, 2 mages. Thoughts on that?
I mean, maybe the Jaina pick is a comfort pick to deny being able to get banned out. I like Jaina just in general. Kel'Thas is good on the map. A lot of people do meme and make fun of, like lower divisions play Kel'Thas more because of the abilities are a little more easy to land or win with. But on Infernal Shrines, man, you see him played even up in Division S. Like it's a fantastic map for him. And another fantastic hero on this map is Alex Straza.
Yeah, so I'm liking Sidestorm's draft so far. I'm looking over at Pepegas, and Pepega is correct. I see a first pick Lily, and I am confused. I take it by your lack of speech, you have nothing more
No.
to say on that either.
No. So like, okay. I was actually just setting up something in my notes so that I could remember what teams are on which sides. 'Cause I don't have the overlays. But okay, so here's your issue with first pick Lily, right? There's now an Alex Straza on the board, and unless you're doing main DPS Lily, you can't pick an Anna to counter that Alex Straza. Lily does, however, have an extremely short cooldown cleanse. Her lack of targeted heals is kind of a problem. But there's not really any just like one shot combo. Like unless Kel'Thas pyros somebody, so far you don't need them. And then we see a variant and a rag ban. The rag, I understand. The variant, not so much, especially if you already have a Lily.
Um, maybe they're going for something that Varian makes them sad. I mean, Varian is a difficult hero to deal with if you don't play into him a lot, or if the team struggled into him. Though with the Lily, you would think you'd be able to shut him down with blinds, but Junkrat Diablo. This is in fact the first Junkrat I've seen so far since started casting this season, and I'm actually incredibly excited to see him on this map specifically.
Absolutely. The Junkrat is something I said earlier in the draft too. Junkrat has a lot of long range ability. He has 2 interrupts for Mosh Pit, actually. Don't run into the Mosh Pit with the Riptire. Riptire does dance. It's upsetting. It's an inanimate object. It shouldn't dance, but it does, and it makes me angry. But with that being said, solo laner's all that's left. I don't know about the Diablo with this comp. You do have kind of a sit back and poke comp. You don't have a hard lockdown after a Diablo combo, and now you do.
The
I stand
Uther
correct.
double support. Who is the off lane? Junkrat?
Yeah, Malthael can double soak though, and they don't have anyone to cover that. So with the XP changes that came in today, with abilities last hitting and basic attacks last hitting to secure XP, sure, Junkrat can safely soak the lane, but Malthael can actually get back to double soaking. He doesn't have to wait on the XP globes, and I think that is a tremendous buff to those double soak heroes like Malthael and Zul, and even Murky, that has come back with the XP changes that literally dropped today.
Yeah, I'm liking the changes. It kind of puts it back a little bit more to where it was, but there's still, like I was saying in chat earlier today, the changes now make it essentially just visible. Like here is how you soak. So it makes players that weren't familiar with how soak worked in its entirety, or new players as they come into the game, have a better understanding of how experience works. So I'm excited for the changes to continue to roll as we get into this season. But why don't you go ahead and give us a little bit of a introduction on our
On the
blue team
left-hand
here.
side, in the blue, the best team name I've seen in this entire division, WeThePepegas. We got Durlock on the Junkrat, Battle Hill on Diablo, Darkhearted on the Jaina. Up top, we got Luchamite on the Uther, and AFK in the spawn, Afreya, I hope I said that right, on the Lili.
And the red team on the right, we have Snorlax on the Alexstrasza, Xenoender on Zul'jin, Elixia, I believe, on the Malthael, Cyan on the Cow ETC, and who did I miss? Valera on Valera on KT.
We got Fear the Reaper on Malthael. No double rotating as we get the slide coming out. Not a lot of lockdown. Darkhearted falling low. Gonna blink in is Exilia, but no kills. That's a lot of damage out on Jaina, though.
Jaina's a sad mage right now, but Durlock down here, he's gonna, looks like they're gonna do the old 1-3-1 with an offlane Uther. That'll be interesting to watch.
Is he stacking at level 1? He's not. Oh, that's a W build. That's Wave Uther. I haven't seen that in a very long time.
So I was always a fan of that build. Just well, Jaina low, Jaina now dead. I was always a huge fan of Wave, just purely due to the sustained healing of his builds. Is the only one that gave him sustained capability. But see how it works with that and the Lily. She does have Serpents at 1, so maybe we get a full damage Lily.
Yeah, and I alluded to possibly a damage Lily earlier in the draft, and with Zul'jin coming in at the end of this, it's possible. She does still have sustain in that aspect, but it's not as consistent as just actual healer Lily. The main thing I want to point out is the positioning of the Junkrat traps. I'd like to see those a little more on the opposing side if you can get them there to slow those rotations down. But there's not really a lot of rotations right now. They're kind of doing stagnant, like a 1-1-3.
So the thing I like, the thing I do like about his positioning, it protects from an aggressive rotation, and it just gives you vision if you can want to step out in lane and do something, that you have the proper vision for it.
Yeah, I think another thing for anyone trying to lane as a Junkrat in this situation is you want to go ahead and have your concussion mine down in a safe place, and you want to stay close to it, kind of like a Chromie time trap, so you can have your first one down, so your second one comes off CD. So if you need a second trap to get out, you have a second trap.
Let me go ahead and
excuse me.
Fix our game sound a little bit. I guess I've dropped it a bit low. You know if that's any better.
Top lane Uther is actually working out pretty well as he's up in the trade against Malthael.
See that? I Marshmallow Hammer apparently hurts.
The one good thing about Wave of Light build is it does have a lot more mana sustain. Not as well as the auto attack build, but the auto attack build requires a little bit less safe positioning. As Uther hopefully doesn't rotate into 4 people here. As the first shrine is spawning. And so far nobody jumping for a quick start, but neither of the top camps were taken. So no offlane pressure coming into this objective.
So I don't know if you talked about it, but we do have an E-build in Alexstrasza, by the way.
DPS Alex, best Alex. That's a lot of dragon value late in the game, but her early game I think suffers just a tad with her healing output.
That's alright. They have ETC. They've got a full healer right there. Speaking of ETC, he goes in on all 5, slides in, gets knocked up by the Junkrat, so we're going to go ahead and reset the fight. We are even on the objective so far.
Zuljin absolutely eating into Jaina, really getting these stacks off as we so far have no stack, or they have 1 stack on Headhunter, excuse me, and right now 24 to 27 on the Shrine. Kel'Thas is securing a lot of value. Jaina stepping up really far as ETC gets slammed into the wall in the back, but Dark-Hearted goes down, spreading 2 more bombs, and the Dragon from Alex coming out, and I think PSISTORM is going to secure this first Punisher.
You know, the ETC went in, got value. Surprising he actually walked away from that.
Yeah, Jaina unfortunately got put in a very forward position and got punished rather quickly.
I do want to give a shout out to Arrow of the Storm rating us with 20 viewers.
Welcome, members of the Arrow Gang. It's the Ray Train, here to bring you Div D West.
Welcome, welcome. So, first Punisher picked up by PSISTORM. They are making great value with it. Probably the best Punisher to get early game, being able to shut down the forts and all the structures with the frozen ability.
Meanwhile, though, Pepegas were soaking 2 lanes. Losing a fort is never good. They didn't really stack into Zuljin Headhunter, and they were soaking 2 lanes during that time. Jaina getting some more progress on that Globe quest. But we have Ice Fury Wand and Arcane Intellect taken for Jaina. So a little unconventional build, non-conventional build, or non-standard at the least. Ice Fury, I feel like if it had a range increase, it would actually be an extremely good talent. But with that being picked, I do think we're going to end up into a Blizzard build at 13 or 16 possibly.
You know I love that talent, but I'm not even daring enough to take an AA talent into an ETC in a Zuljin.
I'm interested to see how this top 1v1 goes. It doesn't look like it's going to go well for Uther now that Die Alone is online.
Uther was winning. We unfortunately are going to see no more offlane Uther, I believe, in the future. At least not into an auto.
I mean, I'm honestly curious to see if it is the Divine Shield at 20 or at 10, excuse me, and then possibly that upgrade at 20 that we saw today in the patch. That's huge. As Jaina's going to get rotated on, not going to be a slide. If it's actually going to be kind of late. Dark-Hearted taking a little bit of damage as Grav-Lapse is going to come out and miss, and that's going to be the end of that. But had that lapsed earlier, I think we would have actually had another kill for this game.
Darkheart is playing games with their life. They've been low 3-4 times this game.
And we still have full E build and Mage build coming out from Zuljin, so not going to go into that auto attack build. We're gonna go for the stacking W's on that twin cleave. I'm personally not a fan without recklessness, and we actually have guillotine.
You know what? I don't know if you noticed. On the side of Pepegas, we have a cleanse and another cleanse. Thoughts on that?
I love double cleanse, man. You can never go wrong with 2 cleanses because one of your supports can be a little more aggressive with trying to get one of those god tier pre-cleanses, and your other support can save it for those dire situations. But Uther and Lili both have the shortest cleanses in the game.
Well, in my experience, it's the same person gets both cleanses simultaneously, but we'll see how our supports on the side of Pepegas do here tonight.
I believe, man, you don't have a name like Pepega unless you're confident. But we have a Storm, a very divine one, if I may add.
And Cups, so at least one of them took heal talents. That's good.
Hey, Divine Hurricane CDR isn't what it used to be, and I like the timing on this camp from PSISTORM. It's actually very beneficial for them, allowing the enemy camp to push up to the wall. You get a free clear, you get yours out, and you have that lane control.
So it's good timing. The positioning not so great. Whether you're not having to step so far away to clear it for the side of Pepegas is advantageous to them.
And Uther gonna get popped.
He is instantly gone. No cleanse, no D-shield, nothing to save him. D-shield ring out on at least 3 members. There we go. Mosh, 3-member Mosh. Alex is flying up in the air. Dark-Hearted once again really low, walking out just in time due to the cups. Only one person, Uther, dies. Actually, nobody dies in the actual engagement.
Yeah, Ray actually got a solid amount of value as Lili is going to get hit in the bush by a slide, dropped by Zuljin. I'm not quite sure how many Headhunter stacks we have. I'm going to take
3
a look at that.
currently.
3 currently. So he's missing 2, I believe. One is Diablo and the other one is Junkrat. Junkrat's going to be a hard stack to get, but so far, 35 to 16 advantage in favor of PSISTORM, and that early Uther pickoff cost this Punisher, and PSISTORM is going to run this second one. And with bot lane already being pushed out by Katiz, I think they could commit as a 5-man push here. It looks like Malthael is going to head middle, though.
Yeah, Malthael doesn't add a whole lot to the siege itself. It can run up and drop a last rites. It is up on off cooldown, so I haven't seen one come out yet.
Yeah, didn't even get it off into the Uther on that last pickoff as Luchimai going to get lifted again, hit by all the damage from Zuljin. Kel'Thas going to get knocked into the back, gets a bomb off as the guillotine comes down where Uther used to be, and that's going to secure fort number 2 for PSISTORM. Malthael has no stacks, unfortunately, and so far, Divine Storm hasn't been used as Lili falls to the Mortar Punisher, and ouch, that's a little bit of insult to injury if you are WeThePepegas.
We talked about it earlier today. The Uther health nerfs were huge, really, in his ability to be a frontline support. Diablo going to grab Cyan over the wall, however, wall goes down, and Diablo actually finds himself in a little bit of a rough position. He goes down and trades souls for nothing.
That's going to be a 4th Headhunter stack. That's one more. You get that Junkrat kill, and that's Headhunter range for Zuljin.
And we do see Mage build fully committed to by Zuljin. ETC, multiple people caught in the ring. Diablo goes out, hits several people, but the only person to go down is Zuljin. No real value on the Junkrat ult.
Yeah, Jaina getting away with murder there, walking into melee range of 4 heroes to drop that ring. They get 1 kill out of it, so I mean, hashtag worth, but they had a little bit of camp value that they lost here in this bottom lane. They got half a tower, and they're still down an entire level in XP, so they're going to have to find a way to walk back into this map and try to get something in their favor before 16 hits for PSISTORM, because that next objective is coming soon.
Level 16 is definitely going to be picked up first if we don't see any major engagements happen for PSISTORM. Taking a look at level 13, specifically at Jaina, we do see Ice Barrier. So I'm seeing what kind of value they can get out of that and keeping themselves alive. They are stepping up quite a bit. HC gets comboed by the Diablo. Good mosh comes out on 3 people. Cleanse out on Jaina, but Lixia's going to go ahead and finish that. Drops an ult on Diablo. Secures 1 stack. Cups come out, go ahead and walk the rest of her team away, but that is a 2-for-0 16 and a camp secured on the side of PSISTORM.
Yeah, ETC doing a fantastic job scouting that out. Really getting in there, drawing a lot of the fire, but unfortunately with double support, there wasn't enough targeted damage, especially without, Icy Veins from Jaina to be able to secure that kill. And they were able to get it turned. The mosh lasted long enough, even though it did get interrupted, as Uther's going to get hit by the slide. And the bomb spread is going to take Junkrat down to about half. The mosh still got the job accomplished as Melee Jaina is back in action. Big combo with the ring, going to hit 2 as Riptire comes out with the APOC. Not going to secure any kills yet as Alex lifts up into the air, healing her team. And almost level 17 to 16, Jaina still chasing, almost getting executed by the guillotine.
I talked about it. I wanted a press R and win comp. I'm seeing a lot of pressing R, but not a lot of winning. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure if we just have a good draft on the side of PSISTORM to stop those ults from getting a lot of value, or if the timing's just not quite working out for them.
And we are going to get the slide and the double lift onto Uther and Diablo. Luchimai going to be falling really low here, trying to get zoned out as the last rites is going to read him into the grave. Diablo still putting up a fight here against Malthael. 3 people, not enough to bring him down, as Elixir is going to walk away. And with another kill, attempting to fight this shrine, 15 to 16 level advantage, actually 15 to 17, PSISTORM is going to easily secure this 3rd shrine. And it is an Arcane Punisher, and those Arcane Punishers late game are no joke.
We talked about the Alex build. It looking at how these engagements have been going, the lack of healing, so to speak, from her build hasn't really mattered all that much because of the self-sustain on each and every other one of the heroes on her team.
And they are going to, the top lane is pushed out a decent amount. That keep is not in danger in the immediate moment. With this Punisher rumbling down, though, if one of these cleanses doesn't hit this tank, you're going to unclump on this wall here. Let it just be Diablo. Communicate your cleanse, get this jump out, and pull this thing up to mid fort. Or mid keep, excuse me.
Diablo does get, two people does get stunned by the jump. The wall will go down. They're going to walk right in on this. Doesn't look like they're worried too much about the keep. They have three people hit with Mosh. Good guillotine. One goes down, two goes down. Alt get cancelled by on the Junkrat. Jaina goes down. This is going to secure them a keep, and most likely they're just going to go ahead and end off this.
Yeah, another John Cena jump from the Punisher onto Lily. Not going to have the lockdown for a kill, though. And I think with that, PSISTORM's going to end this game. That was a quickly interrupted Mosh, but it got enough value onto 3 people with the Punisher jump. And they were able to secure a couple more kills. And just like that, Dragon popped. I think PSISTORM is going to pull this game 1 out. 19-16, 13 kills to 1. And that's an impressive way to start a series for PSISTORM, who haven't played a match in NGS this season.
Yeah, that is a strong first match. Talk about specifically the ETC a little bit. The Mosh, even when they get canceled, you get second or two of stun value. Your team can get a lot of value, especially if, like with the guillotine, they just need that little bit of time to drop it on several heroes and get massive value.
And I do want to take a minute to just look at the talent screen really quick, just to give my insight. And I think honestly, Fear the Reaper, I would have liked to see on a Pale Horse or Malthael just to help with those rotations, let you be a little bit more greedy with your soak and being able to come to objectives a little bit later. I like the Junkrat build. You got that typical trap build after the upgrade to trap mine. Yeah, the only thing is the Jaina build as your main source of damage for that early game. Without either the Q talents or Icy Veins, it's a little hard to secure those kills. So even if they would have had the lockdown, I think it would have been problematic. And with the amount of damage that they were taking, especially with Last Rites being a big execute button, Divine Shield would have made a lot of sense, but they played from behind a lot, so it's hard to judge how much the talents made a factor into that. But just, my 2 cents for future reference, I think those could have possibly swung the game a little bit, but, who knows?
Yeah, I would say definitely a swap out of, like, if Lily takes Dragon, she's got an alt, a somewhat reliable alt to add to the mix, and then definitely the Jaina build, looking, without nitpicking too much, just looking at it, the ability to secure kills is crucial for the double support comp, and they just did not have that, like you said.
Yeah, Diablo pretty much got punished any chance. Like he stood up. I mean, Uther and Diablo both, melee range heroes that are kind of forced to commit to an engage. And, it's hard to commit to an engage into that. I mean, ETC, instant slide, Kael'thas was there with the follow-up on the grav lapses. And the Zul'jin Zul'jin was never in trouble. Zul'jin just chilled in the back, pressing 1 on cooldown, getting that damage upgrade on the guillotine. And I mean, it was fantastic. It was a great setup, great play from PSISTORM. They did a fantastic job at punishing anyone who stepped up, except for Jaina, who got away with a bunch of melee range rings that I'm kind of concerned about.
Yeah, build aside the amount of cojones on Jaina, just step up and throw rings and hit 3 people with it. Every time 2, 3, 4 people in that ring.
Yeah, the ring APOC combo is a classic. I love ring APOC. Like, a D-Storm into an APOC ring. That's a lot of setup, a lot of CC, a lot of damage. Riptire, like, theoretically to come in and finish the kills. Like, I see the combo 100%. Like, that's a huge just 4 R buttons win combo, especially in, to Alex, who doesn't have the greatest burst protection, even with a standard build. I think her best tool is Lightbinder. It just, being down like a 2-level disadvantage, even talents aside, the statistical advantage is pretty noticeable 2 levels, 3 levels apart.
Yep. So the teams looks like they're going to take a quick 5-minute break. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to run a quick 90-second ad on this just to get myself a drink, step away, have a conversation with my co-host here. So hang tight, everyone. Just 90 seconds here. I All right, thank you, everybody. Welcome back. We are still waiting on our teams here, so let's hop on over to map selection here real quick. Talk about what we have coming up for game number 2. Let me go ahead and update our map score as well. PSISTORM took the game number 1 in a pretty impressive fashion for their first game. Game number 2, we have Tomb of the Spider Queen. What are your thoughts on that map?
Sorry, I was cutting a string off my sweatshirt. Tomb of the Spider Queen. Okay, Tomb of the Spider Queen used to be an extremely snowbally map. Now I believe there's actually a tactical advantage in playing from behind. Obviously not too far behind. Like you don't want to be level 16 to level 1. Like that's just terrible. But there is kind of a sense you don't want to, if you have your 50 gems. Usually I see most teams gathering enough for their first turn in around the level 5.5, 6 mark, if you're efficient with your wave clear. And turning in that early, they're just not scaled enough. I believe they scale with time. They don't scale enough, and I think it's kind of a waste if you turn in anywhere, substantially early to 10. I think trying to turn it around that 9.5 so you can trickle 10 in, if you have the advantage, is kind of the best way to play it. And I think one of the main keys I want to see in these drafts is picking heroes who can deny turn-ins. Junkrat, Malfurion, Cho'Gall, stuff like that can keep an eye on turn-ins and disrupt them.
Yeah, the major ways I always see that this map is lost. Obviously, a really early, not relatively really early, but a relatively early turn in that gets a lot of value that snowballs into that second turn in. The other way that I see lost is late game gem loss. We won't talk about boss throws because that's just a thing on any map that involves a boss. But specifically, you're sitting, you got to turn in, maybe more. Suddenly you lose your tank or whoever's been hoarding the gems, and suddenly you don't have a turn in. You have no objective to do anything with.
Yeah, and like sometimes you see those teams getting into the late game and they have, I've seen teams with 100 gems, 100 plus gems, 140, 150 sometimes. And unfortunately you get to a point where you see somebody who has 100 gems on them, which is the maximum, and you're just like, don't die whatever you do. So, if you have 100 gems on you, you don't want to die. And so a lot of people tend to leave fights when they shouldn't. You don't want to commit. You're kind of afraid because if you lose those 100 gems, I'm gonna backhand you, like straight up. We fight, and if you lose 100 gems and you're on my team.
I mean, I don't stop until I have at least 100. So, all right. So we're setting up our lobby here. Just a
It's like
brief.
old black hearts.
Yeah.
You gotta collect 100 gems, baby, or 100 coins, man. You gotta turn into that pirate like a warlord.
No, these are mine. None of these are not yours. We don't turn these in. We take these
I'm,
until the game ends.
I remember rotating around that map as Muradin with Sledgehammer, just knocking all the chests out, doing camps, and I had like 60 coins on me. It was pretty fantastic, and then I died. I stepped up. I stepped up, and I got hooked and gorged behind a wall out of my jump. So that was right after they removed iframe from jump, and then I got last righted behind a gate, and I dropped 60 coins.
It's
I was
so
so mad.
it's so pretty when it happens though. You explode in a field of gold.
Dude, you look like a pinata, like a leprechaun pinata. It's fantastic.
Well,
No, but in all seriousness, like on this map, I don't want to see double support. And that's not a crush on Pepegas. That's just a crush on anyone. I don't want to see double support. I want to see wave clear focus. Because if you can out clear and out rotate the other team, you can control the entire flow of the map. XP isn't that big of a thing. These minions are, at least on the old XP patch, these minions were worth less. I'm not sure about the new one. But I still assume they would be worth less. So as long as you're picking up gems, XP is a little less important. It's not unimportant, but it's less important. You can actually kind of out clear and then sacrifice, a couple minions if you want to get a wall or a pick or something like that to keep gem counts down.
I that's actually a good question, Chad. If you know, let us know if they kept the XP low on this map. Real quick, want to shout out Berserk. Thank you very much for the follow 30 minutes ago. Who has my name 5 minutes ago? Appreciate you guys. Hopefully, you are enjoying this Div D West cast on this Monday night with our teams We the Pepegas versus PSISTORM with my friend B Train. B Train, go ahead and talk about our first couple bands here.
I love the Gul'dan band. It's the best hero in the game. I'm not biased or anything. That's a fantastic band. They saw my name and they got scared. Nah. Kel'Thas band, obviously, if you have trouble fighting against Kel'Thas, it is just a fantastic hero to ban. Gul'dan on this map is basically a cheat code. He has tremendous wave clear, infinite mana sustainability when paired with certain healers. I think targeting the wave clear, maybe looking to take a lot of the mages off the board is a good strategy for Tomb. Then we see Deathwing and Johanna. Deathwing OP big dragon that just rains fire and does hood stuff. And then Johanna is just a solid tank. And we're gonna see ETC switching sides here.
Yeah, with the change to the XP, I think mages are definitely going to go up in value due to the ability to actually secure soak so much easier than auto attackers and pretty much anything else. Taking a
Now,
look here.
you do want to secure a tank that can step up and get the gems if you have a mage that can clear them from Africa. Like Gul'dan clears waves literally from another continent. So you need a tank who can step up, and Johanna's one of them. So I want to see, where PSISTORM goes as far as their tank category. Garrosh isn't exactly mobile. He can kind of get punished for stepping up, but we already see 2 damage dealers locked for PSISTORM with Greymane Jaina.
Yeah, Jaina switches sides. Kind of like HEC. Greymane follow up, so their DPS is on the board. We the Pepegas should know what to expect from PSISTORM in terms of their damage. Follow up picks by Pepegas, Junkrat yet again, and an Artanis. I know you got something to say about that.
Take the yellow talon at level 1, please. And then take the big one that makes people blind at 10, and then we're good, man. If I see a big laser, I'm gonna be sad. Okay, listen. Artanis does 2 things well. Both of them are not team fighting. It's not what he does. Artanis literally does camps and PvEs and some iterations like of 1v1s. Artanis can 1v1. He's a good dueler. He has good shielding once you get the level 4 talents and you get some CDR. He's a fantastic 1v1 hero, but his issue comes when there's a hero that has a single ranged ability or
More
even
than
like,
one hero anywhere
more than one
nearby.
hero existing on the map. So he doesn't have AoE clear. He's very single target. He's a good way to burst down the web weavers. I just, unless there's something more to this, I don't understand the pick now where Leo or Blaze would have just been absolute just S tier picks. I mean, even Rexar if it excels on this map with Misha's ability to just kind of run around and just cause mayhem at the turn-ins.
So, Lily Ban, the support player obviously has not picked, so I'm wondering if that's just a high priority healer for them in general, especially since they picked it up so early last draft. Mal'Ganis Ban, yeah, typically right now is just all around a good tank, so it's not a bad ban for them. Pickups of Alexstrasza and Nubarak on this map specifically,
I
I find those
love the
interesting.
Anub. I love the Anub. I absolutely love that pick here. For one, Cocoon is like quite literally one of the best ultimates in the game. And then you have two Mosh cancels, or three, excuse me. You have three Mosh cancels. You have three Riptire interrupts, three Naz Spirit interrupts. You have two interrupts for an Artanis Q. A noob also can step up, get gems, and then just E away. When I was talking about safe tanks, a noob was one of the ones I was thinking. So I love the pick.
Now, follow-up picks from Pepegas. Anna Nazebo. Now, Anna has two nano targets for alt value specifically, but Nazebo was nerfed today by nearly half for the what I would consider the only relevant build at this point in time.
Yeah, I mean, okay, but to be fair, with Soul Harvested 16 and a Nano Boost, Nazebo can still sit, I think, at like 70 or 75% spell power. And then when you get level 20 Ravenous, if you choose to take that over Voodoo Ritual, then he does actually have another stacking damage. So late game Naz with Nano Boost is still quite possibly one of the most disgusting things ever. Like sure, Jaina Burst is better, but Naz's just raw damage output is kind of nuts still. With that being said, Malthael, I think, wins the 1v1 post 4 against Artanis. Last Rites is pretty much free reign on 4 targets. Nazebo has Ice Block, one of the only ones left. I like the draft for PSISTORM better.
Yeah, me too. Pepegas, it feels like it's kind of disoriented, like, or not disoriented. It's kind of, it doesn't have a focus. What they're gonna do with the heroes, but we could be wrong. We'll see.
I tell you what, one nano boosted Naz into an ETC Mosh would be nasty. But on the left, Pepega Gang incoming. We got Dark-Hearted on the Artanis, Lucha Might on Nazebo, Durlock rocking the Junkrat again, Battle Hill about to rip it up on the Cow, and a Freya on Anna.
And on PSISTORM, we have Cyan on Anubarak, Xeno Ender on Greymane, Snorlax on Alexstrasza, Lilira on the Jaina, and Elixia on Malthael.
Look at the Artanis talent.
I'm afraid.
It's blue.
No! Alright.
It's a trap.
So, I mean, Greymane exists on the other team, so it's acceptable, right?
Not for your off lane. Malthael wins that clear hard.
Yeah.
Unless it's a 4-man Artanis.
That was a swap that threaded the needle, didn't hit a single person. I'm not sure how that even happened.
Junkrat's going to have a hard time stepping up to get those gems bottom as we see the big burrow charge coming in with the well-placed blizzard and the impale stun on the Lucha Might. Down goes the Witch Doctor. His voodoo doll got yoinked from his hands. And that's the first kill of the game, straight over to PSISTORM, picking up right where they left off last game.
Yeah, and an early death, it's not terrible so long as you pick up the soak, but for Nazebo, that's gonna slow down your stacking. So that's actually a huge pickup for PSISTORM.
Yeah, and we do see Naz going into the spiders at 1, so not going to mess with that thing of the deep, which means, unfortunately, you're going to have less safe positioning trying to stack. Personally, man, I always liked Thing of the Deep for Naz. The range was a well-needed bonus, as Burrow Charge is going to whiff. A very gutsy swap coming out from Dark-Hearted. Not going to get the kill, not enough CC or follow-up. As ETC is going to 1v4 slide, looking like Macho Man Randy Savage. As Junkrat and Malthael continue doing whatever this is in the bot lane.
Yeah, I'm thinking about what's going on. We have Junkrat, Mouth, and now Jaina bot lane. Looks like they're going to go ahead and go pick up that bot camp. They're not rotating with the the heroes capable of dual laning, they're just rotating their 4-man. Artanis 4-man is an interesting decision.
Okay, but now the reactive parry talent makes a little more sense. I believe that's what it's called. I'm not. Yeah, reactive parry. So it does make more sense if he's in the 4-man. But I still don't understand the logic behind it. Maybe there's like some sick laser wall combo we haven't thought about. But until we start seeing it right now, man, I'm worried.
So looking again, try not to focus too much on talents. Just a few questions. I was okay with the Alex E build last game. This map, not so much, because Dragon, you got to pop Dragon for team fights. You don't have value to be gained outside of having it available for team fights. So I think that healing would be a little bit more valuable to them.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so it does increase her ability to wave clear. I mean, you don't need it. You have Malthael, Greymane, Jaina. As Artanis is going to get rotated on, we're going to get the big double stun from the Burrow charge, and Dark-Hearted gonna fall. One of the issues with Artanis, he doesn't have a natural escape unless you hit like a reverse swap. So there's going to be a little bit of missed XP and gems as the second kill goes over to PSISTORM, and they do have enough gems as indicated by the glowing red banner in the bottom right. When that does light up, that means you have enough. You don't have to do quick maths anymore, and it looks like they're going to try to get this early 3.5 minute turn in.
Today I learned. Did not know that was a thing.
Yeah, dude, I used to hate having to do quick maths and then trying to figure out who's got it. But if you look and you see it's glowing red, that means they got enough. Or glowing blue, vice versa.
Everyone,
swap gang.
Pay Beatrine for giving you knowledge that I'm sure that most of you didn't have either.
I do like this camp pickup. It's actually quite fantastic. If they time that with their first objective, that will be one heck of a push.
Yeah, the early pickup, since they have really good siege on their team on the side of PSISTORM, the early turn is not a bad thing for them, especially with the camp.
Here's the thing though, if they don't get big muy grande Bill Nacho taco push with this first web weaver, that is a Nas on the other side, man. That's a late game hero. That's a big boy. So you're gonna have to deal with that late game. So you really got to make your mark here in this early game.
So it looks like we are gonna get some interrupts from WeThePepegas. They're not gonna make it easy for PSISTORM to get that turn in.
I'm loving this new build coming out. I do like the full E build. Just commit to what the hero does. Get the big chimichanga stuns. Do your work. You do have burrow range and damage, and you also get a shield with, I believe it's called Subterranean Shield. It used to be called Underking build. It does kind of give him his own safety tool when he does go for those big engages. That's Dark-Hearted really stepping forward. We're going to get the big power slide into the back onto Valero, who is going to walk away. No swap going to come out just yet. Anub is going to block that with Unstoppable if it does come out. And ultimately, no kills. That was actually a very good trade for WeThePepegas. A good way to kind of assert their dominance back. They're not down by much, even with 2 kills to 0.
Yeah, both teams doing a really good job of defending turn-ins. Neither one really able to get a good sneak in, so it looks like this turn-in will ultimately end up getting closer and closer to level 10. And whichever team does end up getting that pickup should get a pretty substantial amount of value.
Malthael going to get hit by the slide trying to 1v3. Going to dodge the Junkrat Mine. Booger Gang getting out of there like, you know, like snot during sickness, man. He squeaked right out. And Cyan going to walk away up top as Junkrat and Anub are still winning the wave clear war against Artanis Naz. And we are going to have a turn-in for WeThePepegas on this first one. Down about a half a level with PSISTORM about a half a level away from 10 advantage.
Question is, do they get value? They don't have any real siege on their side, so it's gonna be rough to actually get value out of this, or really any objective, without picking up kills. But speaking of kills, they're definitely not getting any value if their Artanis is dead, dropping quite a few of their gems for any potential future turn-in.
I believe it was 12 to 15, as we do have a complete standard Jaina build. No ult locked in yet. We do have Cocoon and Last Rites. Malthael is going to be stepping up. We have Cleansing Flames again is going to come in at the low end of Science Health. Greymane finally arrives. No ult locked in for him either, as 10s are online for both teams now. And the Webweaver phase pretty much shut down, except for this bot lane, where Durlock might be in a little bit of trouble.
He's going to go ahead and try and... Nice mine to pull himself out. Does get picked up by a stun. His team is there to peel him out. I'm taking a look at these level 10s, and I am seeing an Eye of Horus. I'm sad.
And there's a Gargantuan. I mean, Gargantuan does help with siege and defense. Everybody loves a big Gary, but and there are a lot of interrupts for Rav, so like I kind of understand it. We are gonna get the Mosh onto Greymane, gonna hit a Nubrak as well. Alex gonna come out with a big Ring of Frost, and Alex not gonna be able to have enough with the buffet to heal. Wait, Xeno Ender is actually gonna live as Malthael running through the top. Not a single kill with a humongous Mosh Ring Riptire combo, and or not, well, Ring actually for the other side. Greymane gonna hit that go for the throat, not enough. Luchamite trying to get out, still no kills. Last right out onto Battle Hill with the cocoon onto Anna. This should be another kill with enough CC. They aren't actually going to have it. And with literally every ult except for Eye of Horus used, we only had one kill.
Yeah, the neg heals from Anna and that engage, I absolutely cannot believe that no one died on the side of PSISTORM. That's insane.
That Mosh got a noob and Greymane, and Alex Straza was forced to pop Dragon to hit the Dragon Form Flame Buffet to get the interrupt on Mosh, and that was a long ways out. I mean, if you had a nano boosted Riptire, man, that could have been a game changer.
Yeah, but unfortunately for WeThePepegas, the turn-ins are here for PSISTORM, and they have an immense amount of siege. So this should secure them one, possibly two forts, more if they end up getting kills.
Last rights onto Junkrat's not enough, as Riptire is not going to secure the kill either. Ring went down, and I missed it. Cameraman fails. We still get the kill onto Darkhearted on the Artanis. And with the Nubarak, you can actually continue this push with the Beetles. One of the best things about a Nubarak Greymane, a tried and true combo. I don't think they're going to be able to get this fort, but they got substantial damage in at least one lane, two lanes. No, just one, actually. So with there being a death, that was actually not a bad defense, but turn-in number 2 is coming through for PSISTORM.
Yeah, this is what I was talking about earlier. The ability to snowball one turn into another. They didn't pick up anything substantial. They got one kill, but they're not really going to be able to do much else with it. Unless this Jaina just dies to random Nazebo abilities.
Artanis blind, not going to be enough to secure the kill, but that's always a fun one. Greymane could get hit by a slide here. Actually, not gonna dish it out as the double sleep dart onto the Nazwal. That actually is an interesting combo. We just saw it on the Jaina over here to the left, and then now up top, as we do have a 5-man rotation to top lane for PSISTORM Gaming. Not gaming, just PSISTORM, but it's a habit. Deal with it.
So, bottom Webweaver is going to go ahead and push itself in. Going to get PSISTORM going in, trying to get what value they can. Wrap out on ETC, but that's going to get cleared up relatively quickly. Junkrat is defending mid. Did we get any forts? Looks like top. Possibly mid, but unlikely.
Malthael bot lane with Wet Noodle anti-siege, bringing the holiday cheer with those candy canes. The Webweavers, however, are going to help him out and get that fort.
Now, the question for PSISTORM, 5 people up on both teams, 2 people bot. Boss is obviously a throw, but what do they do from here? Do they go and look to secure value? Do they look to the bush gank? I'd be bush ganking.
I mean, honestly, right now, they should get their bruisers out and try to apply pressure to mid, try to secure this last fort. Sure, it kind of puts you in a hole where you're unable to gather gems, but if you can get a pick on Junkrat, I mean, Durlock down here with 31 gems, with it all out in the wind, and PSISTORM smells the bath salts in the water. Junkrat, oh my gosh, baby, what is you doing? The great mine with the Ripper Air catching hang time. Gonna get home to safety while the rest of his team turns in, but they need Durlock to turn in if they want to actually get the Webweavers.
I legit thought I would never see Ripper Air again, and seeing it get value is Pepega. Let's just put it that way.
A noob, why? There you go. Good ice block actually out from Naz. The ring gonna be a whip, but they still get the kill. The ring was a little overzealous, but you know what? A for effort. I do believe now with that you can go for a boss and it would be a safe call. But I can understand why you wouldn't so close to 16. So much in your hands, you don't want to throw. Bruiser Camp is going to be taken by WeThePepegas. And I mean, right now, man, how many stacks is Naz at?
93.
93. You got 5 levels to go. I mean, with the lanes all pushing in too, he is going to get substantially more stacks. Good boss check from Darkheart. Naz still has time to stack, and if you hit 20 with this Naz, man, anything is possible. Like, there's legitimately no reason they can't win this game if it makes it to 20. If they play safe, hoard their gems, and just defend, like, they still are, within arm's reach of PSISTORM.
Now, one thing to point out, they are 0 to 6 kills. They have not gotten a single kill on the side of WeThePepegas, so they're struggling with their team fight, struggling with ganks. The question is, do they in fact make it to level 20 and actually be able to pick up some value? Do have Scion diving in behind the fort, looking to get some kind of an engage. Raps ETC, but they're going to get cleaned up decently well. Ringo's out, grabs 2 people at the wall. Is there enough to be able to follow up on that behind the wall? Yes, there is. ETC Moss trying to defend himself. Does go down to, I don't even know what that was, but they do secure two kills behind the keep wall.
Artanis is AFK top lane. Just letting you guys know. But losing 2 people on that wall, they did actually get a turn in, which might save this game from ending. Junkrat gonna get the Riptire. If that had been 20, that'd have been a reset. Random dismount blind. As Jaina is taking a decent amount of damage. Artanis is gonna get rotated on and should probably consider evacuating the premises. Oh, you're late. Get him. Get him.
Yeah,
oh my god. Burrow! No! Oh my gosh. Why didn't you spray?
All he saw was Web Weaver. He just wanted to clear that up.
But in all fairness, the Web Weavers did save you from losing the game. That was an unfortunate slide into the ring. Fear the Reaper again, gonna get value as Malthael just zooms away.
No, they did secure 2 forts with that.
They secured 2 forts. XP is coming back. They're about a level down. 0 kills to 8 as they're gonna get the engage onto battle. He does slide away. Darkheart running, gonna be chilled. And I don't know if Darkheart's going to make it if he keeps getting chilled. Are going to miss the Ice Lance. Malthael randomly dies. I missed that. Can we rewind?
I don't. I just saw Malthael show up with 1 health and then pop.
Okay, that was 20-something gems, and a kill down a level like that is a tremendous XP boost.
Yeah, they're 5 gems away from turn-in, so WeThePepegas actually have an opportunity to swing this game hard in their favor.
Only problem is the way these lanes are pushed right now from their last turn, and they really don't have anywhere to go get those 5 gems. I think you just got to sack up, drop Gary, and try to push mid. And like, you got to make use of this Malthael kill.
Well, Junkrat's bot, he's gonna looks like he's gonna pick up a 4 camp maybe. Yep. And then they're mid. This could be nasty for Pepegas if they get wrapped, but looks like PSISTORM's actually trying to play it safe, play for level 20.
Yeah, Junkrat will finish this camp by the time 2020 starts. And this is still a 5v4 here in the mid, 19.5 to 18. Junkrat's got to kick it into high gear, get up here, and they got to get a fight as the noob's going to go for the long-range burrow charge with the follow stun onto Ana. ETC, good zoning. They're going to drop the cocoon onto ETC. Watch for the Ring of Frost to come back out. It is going to be late, but still hit 3 people. Going to burn the Icy Veins onto 2. Dark-Hearted going down in the root after Nazebo falls. No Ice Block, no Superstition. That's just 2 more kills. And right now, they're going to get the last rights onto Afreya. Ana goes down. Battle Hill sliding away as Alex in the back line. Junkrat Riptire wasn't enough. That's 20 to 18, 11 kills to 1. This should be a boss turn and substantial damage against WeThePepegas.
Yeah, the positioning there just wasn't great. Being out, don't know if they were aware of what kind of an engage Nubarak had, but with Junkrat being bot, they needed to either play it safe or they needed to get S5 and try and force the pre-20 fight.
So looking at these talents, Anub did go the full sub king build, going with Epicenter at 10 or 16, excuse me, or as I like to call it, Epic Enter as per Caldor. We did also have hardened shield for a noob. No rewind, so not looking for that just immense, like crazy stun chain. But they are pushing with the boss and the Weeb Weavers. 20-19. This is looking really rough for WeThePepegas, so they're gonna have to rely on this Naz clear to help them out. They're gonna get the good knock over to the wall onto Maltheo. He does get kind of low. They don't have enough CC to finish the kill out. They're gonna get the knock onto Anub into the trap with the power slide and the Riptire. Humongous combo. Not gonna be enough. His ring is gonna hit two. Naz gonna ice block it. Junkrat taking a lot of damage in the back. Dragon is popped. Still 19-20. Battle Hill trying to run. Gonna get tornadoed into the range of last rites. Down he goes, and that could be disastrous. Anub missing the stun onto Darkheart, who's going to get lifted up by another knockup from Anub. As the three-man Nazwal, not enough. Going to get the cocoon onto Naz, and if any follows CC, this will be another kill. And two more kills down. This could be the end of the game, as we're going to get the big combo from Jaina. That's 3 kills, Raven. I think this is it.
I feel like PSISTORM came out and just said, we are going to show what we can do. And unfortunately, WeThePepegas had to be the other team for that.
GG. That last push was huge. That was a lot of stuff on the map.
Yeah, it looked like WeThePepegas had the opportunity to go for, really make that swing, and then just unfortunately being split, being out in the open and mid, that cost them literally the game.
Yeah, I think there was just a little bit of a rush to get Junkrat up there to look for that 19-18 fight, so they could get a pre-20 fight, and they weren't able to get it, and ultimately it just kind of turned, critical error, all the holes in the dam burst, and you lost 3 people, turned into a boss turn push. Like, it was just everything went right for PSISTORM at one moment in the game, and it was huge.
Yeah, the PSISTORM had a handle on both of those games pretty well. Like there was no real point aside from that, like I said, the second game, that there was a potential for a swing, but they had a handle pretty much all night. And congrats to excuse me, to PSISTORM with their namesake, making them proud. Let's see if we can pop Valera into a quick interview here.
Also, shout out to Cyan for the fantastic new Brack build. I love you. Thanks for not letting me down. A lot of people don't full commit to that build, and I think it's still his best build. He doesn't get a lot of playing time, and I think for the most part that build is probably the best go-to build.
All right, hang tight. We're gonna go ahead and hop into a lobby in NGS, and we will pick up Scion to have a chat with us.
Gang. I'm pretty sure at one point during that game I made the remark "booger gang," and I'm not quite sure what it meant. It just kind of happened.
I was gonna question it, and I decided to just move on.
No, you just let it happen, man. You have no choice.
Hey.
It's Lobby 5 and NGS. It's in the chatter. Yeah.
We know we're here.
Well, wrong person's joining us, I believe. Maybe.
Oh, you just got more money.
I mean,
Wait,
nobody's ever the wrong person. Capo.
There we
go.
Hey. Wait, they have matching portraits. Wait, what? We need matching portraits.
All right.
Mute everybody.
We picked up two people for interview.
She knows.
It's a tag team, bro. It's my favorite.
She loves it. Now, anyway,
3.
Since Fortnite.
Oh God, it's the whole team. They're all
is being
coming.
a bitch
We're
Oh
coming
my
in.
God, they're all here.
tonight.
Hold on. Oh, I'm hearing. I have stream. I have somebody else's stream playing in the background. I was confused for a
You
moment.
should probably not do that. We have like literally the whole team here. Where's Snorlax? Get Snorlax in here.
Yeah, get your manager. Get your get everyone in here.
Get my mom. Get everybody.
There we go.
All right. So who's gonna be the spokesperson?
We sign.
All right. Good games.
Woo,
Good
GG.
You guys, I'd highlighted in pregame. You guys came out. This is your first game due to 2 forfeits. How are you feeling coming into this? Really, your first match of the season?
Really, I mean, we felt pretty good coming in. We did Heroes Lounge last season. We didn't fare so well, but we were coming on strong at the end and really competing with some of the better teams in there. And we practiced a lot this off season, getting some more comps down and just running the maps, timings. I mean, just anything that we could possibly do. So we felt really good. Of course, it took 3 weeks to get a match, but we were really looking forward to it.
A lot of prep time.
Yeah, tons.
Yeah,
and
sure.
Tons of prep time.
All right. So, also, I have to dish on your mouthfeel for feeding. You had the only death in game 2.
Hey.
Instantly, you're fired.
Okay.
What happened? We missed it. We didn't see what happened. Did you get
I
triple
got slept
teamed?
by Anna and then walled by Naziba.
Okay. See, we missed it. Like I was looking.
And my
somewhere
team
else.
left me, so
Dude,
everybody
right.
else is like always.
Dude, my team does that to me all the time. Don't worry.
Yeah, she was screaming, "Help me, help me!" when we were right there at the gym turn in.
We were ready to turn
I
it in.
turned around and I tried to, dive and save her, but it was already too late.
Yeah, I was running the camera for the night, and I was just like, "Whoa, Mouthfeel's dead." What? Like I had no idea what happened, but also huge props to you, Cyan, for that a new build. Not a lot of people commit to full burrow charge build, man. I'm trying to tell everyone it's not dead, but I just want to shout you out on that. Not a lot of people do that. They run like W build, and it makes me sad.
Yeah, I don't know why a lot of people do. Caldor is one that also commended on that too. He casted one of our games once, and he talked about the burrow charge build, and once you go with it, just stick with it. It's really, really good.
Yeah, dude, Epicenter is actually a fantastic talent. But with you guys actually having your first match out of the way now, obviously it was casted, which means you guys are scoutable now. So as far as going into your upcoming matchups, how are you guys prepared to adapt to what could be target bans? I mean, you guys ran Alex twice, you ran Malthiel twice. That could be something teams look to target you guys in the future. So are you guys ready for that?
Most definitely. That's just one of the many lineups that we actually use. That's actually the lineup that we use tonight, with the exception of KT. We don't use too much of. That's probably our newest lineup that we have been using. So we've got about 3 or 4 others that we can use.
You hear that, Div D? Watch out, dude. They got tricks in the bag, man. That's what I like to hear. Y'all, we need some memes though. Like you guys like tried too hard. We need memes. What's your biggest meme comp without like Dish and Dirt? Do you have one? That's all I know. Do you have one?
I don't. I mean, we ran I think we ran 4 tanks one time with a Jimmy as the damage dealer, and we just absolutely destroyed this one team. So
Okay, I'm picking up all your games. I need this. I need this to happen. All right, I'm not gonna ask you to dish too much dirt on your comps. Raven, what you got?
So my only real question is the name. Really, you like I said, you guys performed awesome. So I mean, I don't have any questions. I do have one question. So game 2, Pepegas actually had a decent opportunity to actually turn that game, and Scion went hard. Did you guys decide, hey, we need to take this fight? I mean, mind you, you're up almost a level and a half towards 20s. So you had the capability of just holding off to letting turn in. What prompted you to actually go in and force that engagement?
I believe our alts were up at the time, and I'd already called it out where I was gonna Cocoon Anna, but I missed. So I wound up hitting ETC instead, I think. So we were trying to avoid the mosh, but at that time I was like, okay, we're level up. We need to just go and just knock it out right here, and it just worked.
You
So
guys
I think we got the freeze from Jaina right there too, and then just everything works after that.
You had several absolutely insane engagements, particularly game 2. The one in particular is at their wall. You actually dove over their keep wall to secure 2 kills. I'm just sitting here looking at this like this is insane.
All right. So to
that
give you
was clutch. Like it hit literally the last frame of the ring on ETC. He literally slid into it.
Okay, so to give you some backstory on how I play my tank, if anybody remembers a guy named Stronger that played for PSISTORM, the pro side of things back when they were during the Crucible and stuff. That is a guy I used to play with all the time. That is a guy I learned from and got to hang out with all those guys, the pro players and stuff. So he was an aggressive tank builder, and that's just where I get it from.
Yeah, I remember a lot. That's actually something I said when I saw the teams that Raven picked up. I was like, wait, PSISTORM was in like Crucible and Open, like all over the place. And they got into HGC right before it got killed. So I was kind of curious. I was like, maybe someone on that team like knows somebody from PSISTORM or something like that. But that kind of answers my question on how PSISTORM happened.
Yeah, we're not on the pro team. So we're, obviously, a few levels below, but we're trying to bring it back and get the name back out there and hopefully, get Heroes back up and running again.
All right. Well,
Amen.
B-Train, we say we're Div B, but these guys might be worth scrimming. What do you think?
Hell yeah.
I'm banning Alex. What up?
Well, any shout outs you guys want to give to your opponents, to your teammates, anything?
Yeah, so the PSISTORM, we love those guys. So 3 seasons ago, I think it was in Heroes Lounge, a couple of those players is where most of us started, like myself and Xeno Ender. We actually played with Afreya and Durlock. So we were on that team before we split last season in Heroes Lounge. So we do love those guys. We're good friends with them. And thanks to everybody on the team. Thanks to PSISTORM for giving us the chance to do this again.
All right. Well, like B-Train said, we'll keep an eye out for you. Looking, coming into the lowest div so far. If you guys make a strong showing, I imagine you guys will raise up and hope to see you in a much more competitive. Not to say that tonight wasn't competitive, but if tonight is a good indicator of what the rest of your season looks like, I don't imagine that this should be an incredibly difficult season for you. But we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, don't let the silver ranks fool you.
All right, B-Train, anything else from you?
Nah, man, I'm boosted. Get me out of here. These guys are too good.
All right. Well, thank you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and hop out of our chat here. Thank you once again for allowing me to cast and for joining me here.
Thanks for casting. Thanks for casting, man. I really appreciate it.
Whoever I called Booger Gang, my apologies. See if you can find it. I think it was Malthiel.
Of course.
Oh, dear Lord.
Hey,
Felt very targeted.
it wasn't good fun. Nah, it wasn't good fun.
All good.
right. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
You have a good
GG's, guys.
rest of your season. Have a good night.
Later.
All right. Well, that is gonna be basically it from me tonight. B-Train, I do want to thank you very much for joining me here this evening.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Any chance I get to, sit down, take my pants off, and cast some Heroes of the Storm, it's something I look forward to doing. It's been a while, so it's good to be back.
Well, I'm hoping to get more co-casts with individuals who can stand being in chat with me for more than 10 minutes, and we will basically I'm going to try and start putting up a schedule of games that I have intended on casting. But if you have not already, feel free to check out the nexusgamingseries.org website. Casts or schedule is available on there, and you can see who's casting which games. I'm going to pick up basically any games, as many games as I possibly can on nights that I am not playing myself, with my team or with either practice or games. But once again, thank you for joining us. This has been RavenX and B-Train. I do hope that you have a wonderful evening, and I will see you next time.
Peace.